CINEC Campus, where we aim to go beyond a graduate. Today we have the pleasure of interviewing a foreign student from New Zealand who has been here for 2 weeks. Hi, I'm Thirushi Mendis, representing the CINEC Students Media Circle. Thanks for joining us today. So can you tell a bit about yourself to me?
Hi, I'm Elle. I'm from New Zealand, of course. I'm 30 years old. I work as a first mate and a marine biologist on board a 60-foot catamaran in France. And yes, I have a degree in marine biology, love the water, and I came here for holiday, but decided to do my refresher or a certificate that I need for work here. Instead of New Zealand, it was fully booked out. So.
All right. So how has it been here at CINEC?
It's been good. It's been different. I've never actually studied in another country before, so it's very new to me. But it's an experience, and it's been really good. Yeah.
So that's awesome to hear. And have you had the chance of mingling with other students here at CINEC?
Not really. Not really
Not
at
much.
all.
So in your classes even?
No, the cadet boys are pretty shy. No one would sit with me. I think it's out of due of respect, but yeah, they all keep their distance. And
so what do you think of the student community here at CINEC?
I think it's fine. I mean, everyone's just doing their own thing. I think it would be different if I was from here, and if I was here longer, maybe I would probably mingle more. But because I'm only here for 2.5 weeks, it's such a short time. So, yeah.
So there have been many events going on here at CINEC. Have you seen any?
I have, actually. They had music just
the
other week. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't go. Unfortunately, I had to get back, but to my friend's house. But yeah, I saw it. It looked quite good. Yeah.
So as an international student, did you get to experience the culture here, the Sri Lankan culture?
From my friends that I'm staying with, I'm definitely living like a local person would, with eating the food and doing a few things they do some walks throughout the day. But yeah, trying a lot of traditional food. That's been really nice, rather than staying at a hostel with heaps of internationals. So yeah, definitely feeling the culture. In terms of traditional culture, I'm not sure, because I don't see it much, but yeah, I think definitely traditional food. Yeah.
So how was the food? Were you able to adapt to it?
Yeah, it's all right.
What other countries have you been to? How has it been different from here?
It's all how do I say this? The first thing I notice is the pollution is really bad. But that's not just Sri Lanka. India and Egypt, these other countries that I've been to, are also really bad in pollution. And yeah, I've been to a few countries around the world. I've been to Tahiti and Morocco, and a few places in Africa, United States and Mexico. I work in France, so I've done a bit of Europe, Spain, Germany, France. And yeah, it's definitely to say that the biggest thing when you travel, what you notice is the grounds, is the earth that you look on. And for me, New Zealand's quite clean. We're quite green and clean. We have a good recycling system and a lot of waste system. And in certain countries where it's not really third world, but it's definitely behind in some systems, and that's definitely waste management systems, where the pollution is just totally forgotten about. And that's a really sad thing, because you also can't drink the water, so you have to buy water in bottles, and they don't have any place where these bottles go to, or there's not enough rubbish systems, you know. I think I was talking to my friend, and he said that there's only one recycling system in the whole of Sri Lanka, and and that's quite sad. I'm like, it's an island, so it can be quite contained. It could if everybody actually contributed. And then it comes down to education. I see a lot of people littering every day, just throwing stuff on the street. Man, in New Zealand, that would just never happen. You'd feel shame for doing it because it's taught in your kids from such a young age never to litter. Always put it in the bin and then it can be sorted. And you just would never see like rivers or streams filled with rubbish. It just isn't. So that's one of the saddest and biggest things that I've seen that differentiates different countries is the waste management system and how clean people keep their own land. And in some countries, it's the tourists that are litterers, and in some countries, it's the locals. It's the people who actually live on the land who disrespect their own land. And it's just, because where else do you put the rubbish? There's no actually place to do it. So having that system in place would be great to see.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, then. So now let's talk about academics. How's your educational journey been so far here at CINEC?
It's been great. I mean, it's the course that I did was SCCW, which is basic training for any boat really, any commercial boat that you need to work on. You need this SCCW certificate, and it's all about basic sea survival, basic first aid, basic firefighting, personal awareness. And it's just basic. So that's the courses that I'm doing are easy and it's a lot of common sense. So it's been pretty cruisy. Yeah.
So how has it been different from other places that you've been to for the course?
The language barrier, I guess, has been quite hard to not understand. Everyone is speaking in English and that's fine, but it's the accent. And it sounds really beautiful and quite lullaby, and I can get quite sleepy. And the heat is really hard. Some of these classes down here, when we're doing the firefighting, there was no aircon, and it's, you're in overalls, and it's super hot.
So you were also in overalls?
Yes, when we're doing the firefighting, you have to be fully clothed. So I think the heat and the language, the accent, were probably the most different things that I've experienced. But otherwise, it's an internationally recognized certificate. So I've done this course before in New Zealand. So I've pretty much done all of this before. So it's nothing new, and a lot of it, again, is common sense. It's very basic first aid, very basic firefighting, what to do in emergencies. And so it's nothing new, but yeah.
Oh, right. Okay, so how about the lectures and the lecturers here? What was the experience with them?
Yeah, really lovely. Really, really lovely. Each one is different. I had various different lecturers.
So do you have any advice for any foreign students who will be coming in the future to CINEC?
If you want fresh food, pack a salad.
Everything's cooked here.
Yeah, there's a lot of bread and stuff. That's actually one thing I miss, one thing I could give advice for you guys is to, have some fresh fruit at the cafeteria or something, because it's all sugar and bread. And for internationals, for me, we like fresh fruit and this kind of thing. No, if for internationals to come, just do it. It's great. It's a good learning experience. You're mixing in with the locals, and more or less you're going to have to take the bus here, and that's a cool experience. It's great. Everyone's really lovely.
So is there any experience here that at CINEC that has stuck with you?
Being the only female in a class is a rarity. I've never ever had that before. Being the odd one out in a classroom, that will. I think the whole experience will be a memorable experience. To study in a different culture and country I've never done that before, so that's gonna stick with me. The food that you guys eat, the lunch wrapped curries and rice every day, or the koti or the koto, the fried rice in your lunch packs. Eating with your hands, it's awesome. And that's something that I'm definitely going to remember. Yeah, these kind of things. The toilet situation is all new. It's all very different. But yeah, you just have to get used to it. Yeah.
So finally, any ideas or suggestions that you have for us as a campus, as CINEC?
I would say the fresh fruit in the cafeteria. Having fresh, just whole fresh fruit, bananas or whatever, is great. I mean, you guys live in a country of tropical fruit, but yet all you eat is naan and curry every day. I'm like, it's also quite hard to stay awake, in the heat after a big meal of curry and rice. You just feel so sluggish. It's so many carbohydrates. And yeah, it definitely was a struggle to stay awake in class after those big heavy meals. So just a bowl of fruit that you can buy, some bananas or a mango or something like this, papaya salads, or I think putting more fresh produce into the cafeteria would be awesome. You guys don't use toilet paper in your toilets, so...
Yeah, we have the bidet showers.
Yeah. For me, it's weird to actually put undies on a wet bottom. Then I have wet underwear. It's just not something that we ever do. We always have dry bottom. So that's a culture thing, and I would have to get used to that. So don't change that. That's how you guys live. That's fine. Otherwise, no, you guys everything else is fine. Yeah, I think it was the hardest thing was the food, actually. I got food poisoning out of CINEC, just on the main road here, on some fried rice. So the first 3 days of being here at CINEC, I was actually quite sick, and I couldn't eat anything. I couldn't hold any food down. And so I couldn't really eat much of the lunch because I couldn't handle rice after that. So yeah, the food is
All right. So thank you for joining us here today. And we hope you got the most out of your time here at CINEC.
It's been great.
And we wish you all the best in your future.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you so much. Okay.